Hello everyone.
This is Geri finishing up the maintenance session on this huge EHEIM Incpiria 530 aquarium set in this lovely family home. While he's restlessly working on this aquarium, I will walk you through all its technical details, its smart solutions and stuff. And also the biggest question of it all: why do we keep fish? Now, this is not your usual green aqua minimalistic style open top grey cabinet aquascape. Nope. This is a hybrid between a fine nature style aquarium and the good old kids fish tank. You know, the ones with the sunken ships and treasure chests. And in this case, a dino skull. Yeah, seriously, dinosaur skull. When we planned this layout, the family instantly fell in love with the EHEIM Incpiria set. The only dilemma was the color. They liked both the white and the anthracite version, but the white would have blended into the white wall and kitchen too much. So we went with the anthracite color to make the aquarium stand out. And look at it, it really does. This setup had to fit a very specific space. A large empty wall right next to the dining table. So the aquarium became the biggest living decorative element of the living space. And since the family loves watching National Geographic during dinner, well, now they've got the biggest living movie screen in the house. When we first started working on the hardscape in our dojo, we sent the client some photos. And guess what they said? The trees look like a dinosaur skeleton. Their kids went crazy. They are obsessed with dinosaurs. So of course, right away we leaned right into that theme. That's when the idea came to include this dinosaur skull inside the layout. It's actually covered with moss to make it look like nature is reclaiming it, just like an ancient fossil being taken over by plants underwater. Now, usually at Green Aqua, we are very strict about this stuff. No artificial decor, no castles, no pirate ships, none of this. But with this project, it wasn't about rules or competition, it was about personality. And this aquarium perfectly reflects the family's story, their kids' imagination, and their love for nature and animals. That brings us to something bigger than aquascaping itself. And this is the most important message of this video. Why do we keep animals and plants? For families like this one, it's about connection. It's about teaching kids what it means to care for living things, to be responsible, observant, patient. They learn that nature isn't just out there in the forest. It can live right here, in their living room. And in this family's case, they already have a rabbit and a dog, so this aquarium just became another piece of their little indoor ecosystem. A daily reminder that life comes in all forms and colors. So as you can see, this aquascape is still quite new. It's 5 weeks old. We still see a bit of yellowish color in the water, and that is because of the iron wood. This type of hardscape is releasing tannins into the water, but this coloration will be completely gone over time. Also, we have Purigen inside the external filter, which helps with this issue as well. And no worries guys, I did not forget about Geri. He's here doing the maintenance session while I'm blabbing around. And I promise you, when I'm finished with this lengthy and maybe boring speech of mine, Geri will be ready with the aquarium, with the thorough cleaning, and we will show you how this tank looks after his maintenance session. But for now, let's geek out for a second and let's get to know the technical details of this almost 600 liters monstrum. Alright, so this layout is technically beautiful. This is an EHEIM Incpiria 530, which is the second largest in the Incpiria family. As the name suggests, it has 530 liters of aquarium water in it, without the hardscape obviously. But as you can see, there are no hoses, no nothing around this aquarium. And that's because this aquarium set is designed in a way that there is a chamber in the very back corner. And this chamber basically solves all your hoses and cable management problems. The hoses for the outflow and the intake pipes are coming through this chamber, and as you can see, the fertilizing tubes are also mounted onto the chamber itself. And all the cables, including the EHEIM skimmer and the EHEIM lights, are coming up from that chamber. But all this smart solution comes with a price. The only downside of this chimney is when you refill the aquarium and you go above the marked water level, water could sneak down into the chimney straight down to your cabinet. So a little attention pays off. If you look down this chamber, you reach the aquarium cabinet, the inside of the cabinet, with the EHEIM Professional 3 1200 XL external filter. This is the only filter which runs with the 530 liters of water. This is a real beast. And that brings us to a fair discussion or a common talking point of these sets. This isn't the minimalistic style that you see in the Green Aqua galleries, as I told you before. This has LED lighting, this is a shiny anthracite, and this is a set with a closed top. Also, this has a bottom cover line. So these things work against the philosophy that we usually tell people about aquascaping in the Green Aqua gallery. The more minimalistic, the better. The open top is because we want to include the aquarium water in our personal space. And that's all a fair discussion about these sets, that these are not like that. But all these characteristics shouldn't be put out of context. So in this situation, you have a family with kids. They prefer the LED lights, they prefer the shiny anthracite cabinet. The closed top actually comes handy because the evaporation is slower and also it's harder to drop in stuff into the water. And if you have cats, it's a good solution against fishing. So, why should you buy an aquarium set instead of putting all the elements together for your own aquascape? Well, because it's hassle-free. That's the main reason. In this case, EHEIM thinks it through for you. You don't have to think about where your hoses will go, where your cable management will be, where you want to put the shelves inside the cabinet, and stuff like this. You get a working piece in one, which contains all the technical needs of an aquarium. And it's all thought through. Obviously, this is not the main priority for everyone. Some people love putting things together element by element, some people like to think it through, but for many, this is a very, very good option, an aquarium set. Another thing, the client wanted easy maintenance. And I'm not saying Geri has it easy, but there are some things inside this aquarium which makes him grateful today. Let's just say that. So instead of using clay-based soil all over, we went with sand for the most part. And we only used ADA Amazonia in small pots where we planted the plants that needs to be planted. So there are 2 pots inside this aquarium filled with ADA Amazonia soil. There we could plant plants. Other than that, we don't have any Amazonia, so you don't have to clean the granules all over from the sand. That way, Geri can vacuum the floor easily and the rooted plants will still have their nutrient-rich base. We are running 2 EHEIM LED lights on top of this aquascape. These are slim enough to not bother you while doing your maintenance, but still powerful enough for medium demanding plants. And if they ever want more intensity, they can just add more modules to the system. And of course, there's an EHEIM skimmer for surface cleaning and an EHEIM feeding station so the flow doesn't take the fish food all over the place while feeding. It's important to mention that this, what you see here, is not a final version of an aquarium, it's not a fully developed version. This aquarium has been running here for 5 weeks, so the plants are still under development. This will still get bushier and more natural. With that said, it already looks quite natural and quite nice. So A+ for the Green Aqua design team. Some more good words for the Green Aqua design team since I'm here. I also like that the dino skull isn't taking all the attention in the aquarium. It's just a subtle addition. It doesn't take your focus from every other aspect of the build. And while we are talking about focus, this tank contains more than 10 different species of fish. Crazy, it's a true community tank. Obviously, that's again a thing that we rarely do in our gallery, but here in a family home with kids, this wasn't the priority, to only have one type of fish. We have some huge catfish inside this aquarium. I mean, this huge. How awesome is that? That's again something that would destroy scale in a traditional aquascape, but here it just adds to the wow factor, and it's just something to look at, really. So we started refilling the aquarium at the end of our maintenance session, and while we are waiting for it to be fully filled, let's just say that this aquarium altogether just become a living artwork in the heart of this family home. It's not a competition aquascape, it's not meant for a gallery, rather it's a personal, cozy, joyful piece of living nature. And yes, it's got a dino skull in it, but that's what makes it perfect. At Green Aqua we usually show very clean, purist, nature-style layouts. But we also believe that every aquascape should reflect its owner's story. And this one tells the story of imagination, of family, and of curiosity. I think it's fair to say that Geri did an amazing job with the maintenance. Although, as I told you before, this is an easy to maintain aquascape. And now I can see it too. This is actually a very clever solution for not having your kids on their phones through the family dinners. You know, they say that eating without watching YouTube is basically torture. Well, I could eat at this table without YouTube, I think. It's fascinating to observe how those huge catfish at the bottom roam the sand. It's a bold move to mix so many different types of fish together, but it seems like they live in peace together. The plant health is perfect. The vegetation actually looks very much alive and in good condition, partly thanks to the Green Aqua Balance fertilization, which this tank receives. We hope this lovely family will enjoy this aquascape in its best shape and form without any issues for many, many years to come. So there you have it, the EHEIM Incpiria 530 in action. A huge shout out to this amazing family who let us share their slice of living nature. And please let me know in the comments, guys, would you put a dinosaur skull in an aquarium or no? Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, you will probably enjoy this one as well, so click here to watch it. See you in the next one. Bye bye!